What's good? I'm back to the straight. We here on CNN. We about to see what CNN talking about. CNN like to be slanted sometimes, but we can't just always go with an echo chamber and the way we feel about things one way. So we got to go places where they go places where we might not agree with what they talking about, but we still got to hear them out, man. And you might agree, but don't get mad. Everybody always want to get in their feelings when somebody talking, you don't agree with them. You don't have to agree with them, but you can definitely sit down, let it swirl around your head and make your own opinion. But listen to all point of views and all that. Let's see what they talking about.
A new threat for President Trump as a window formally closes in the war with Iran. Today marks the end of the Memorandum of Understanding, as it's called, and its 60-day deadline for peace talks between the U.S. and Iran. This morning, there are no plans in sight to end the war, and while it's not clear what happens next, President Trump is lashing out. And one.
Listen, this is Congress' fault because all Trump got to do is turn the lights out, and that means blow up one of them nuclear plants, blow up a couple of bridges, but then they'll try to impeach him and lock him up, talking about war crimes and things like this. So any altercation around the world, it's Congress that keeps it going. They try to act like it's not them, but it's them. You understand what I'm saying? They're not giving him the green light to turn their lights off. They want to be like, well, if he go too far, then that'll be our chance to charge him with war crimes. Simple.
A very unlikely target is Oman, a key U.S. ally in the Middle East and a broker in trying to seek a deal with Iran to try to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. This morning, the president tells Fox News, and I'm quoting the president right now, listen to this: "If Oman gets in the way, we'll bomb the shit out of them." Those are the president's words. He also downplays the urgency of a deal as war-weary Americans deal with high gas and oil prices. And his quote, once again, I have...
gas is up $1. Let's say, they going to try to make everything act like it's so out of control. Nothing is worse than Democrats being in power and being under Joe Biden. Nothing. Not one thing.
No time schedule. I'm not in a hurry, end quote. CNN's Betsy Klein is over at the White House for us. Betsy, what are you learning this morning?
Well, Wolf, back when the U.S. and Iran had reached that memorandum of understanding to stop the fighting, and it would kickstart a 60-day period for technical discussions on some of the thornier nuclear issues. That 60-day deadline has officially expired as of today. So where are we? The deal is effectively in shambles. The Strait of Hormuz, traffic there in that critical oil thoroughfare is essentially at relative standstill. And the president now issuing this new warning to a key U.S. ally, Oman, that has served as an intermediary in these talks between Iran and the U.S., particularly on the topic of control of the Strait of Hormuz. He says, quote, "If Oman gets in the way, we'll bomb the shit out of them." Again, the president's words there. And this appears to be an escalation with one of the U.S.'s most important allies in this region. The president also appeared to undercut top officials, including Vice President J.D. Vance and the Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, who in recent days have suggested that getting oil prices back on track, the price of gas, is just as much of a priority for President Trump as ending this conflict and preventing Iran from having a nuclear weapon. The president posting this to...
I don't know where I'm from. Gas is about $3.80, and before the war it was $2.80. So for me, I'm gonna keep it real. It's up $1. But say Trump ain't do nothing, had all the information, didn't do nothing, and they built their ballistic missiles up, and they just started blowing up the Middle East, and then they launched the nuclear bomb. Then what do people would say? So, see, he prevented them from doing something, so everybody complaining. But what if he didn't prevent them from doing something? What if he just Said, no, everybody's going to complain. I'm not going to do anything. And they launched a nuclear missile and blew up a city. Then, oh my God, I couldn't believe he didn't do anything. So it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Social media earlier today, he says, quote, the number one goal is and always will be that Iran cannot have in any way, shape or form a nuclear weapon. The president also making clear here that he is not in a hurry to end this conflict. The midterm election says not factoring into his thinking.
President Trump, in a new interview this morning, threatened to bomb Oman, a key U.S. ally, if they get in the way of U.S. efforts to try to reopen the Strait of Hormuz.
I was saying on the bottom of the screen. Yeah, it's up $1. $1.08. Look at that. It's up on the bottom of the screen.
Do these comments from Trump right now, do they really strain this relationship with Oman? Because Oman's been deeply involved behind the scenes in trying to work out a peace deal with Iran.
It's very confusing. I mean, you know, the memorandum of understanding that we signed up to, of course, it's defunct now, but it actually called on Oman and Iran to get together to try and figure out what a governance structure would look like. So
for the Strait of Hormuz.
For the Strait of Hormuz. So I don't know that they were definitely doing it pursuant to that idea or not, or whether they were actually working against us. But I'm sure Oman is thinking to themselves right now, we're trying to be a intermediary for peace. We're trying to achieve.
Have you ever heard a president of the United States threaten to bomb the quote shit out of a key U.S. ally the way the president has done?
Why are you sitting there talking about words? Who care about the words? What I care about is you say you're there to mediate and have peace, but it ain't no peace. So what are y'all really doing? That's how I'm looking at it. What are y'all really doing? Can't trust them neither.
Said today in terms of Oman?
Not offhand at all.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know that that's the way to treat our allies. I know the president likes to show strength and he likes to be strident, but, you know, I don't know what their offense was. What's the underlying offense? Has he found out in intelligence that he's working against United States interests? Seems like you'd want to raise that in public instead of in private rather than in public, but let's.
What if he did raise it in private and said something in public? You sitting on national television speculating. You don't know what you're talking about just as much as I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't listen to these people. They don't know nothing just as much as we don't know nothing. At the end of the day, the people that are against us, they're going to have less words. They're going to have more shooting, more bombs than anything. America has a cuss word. Oh my God, look, they're so bad. Like, if you see that, it doesn't matter what he does. He has 100% negative press all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? So you can't believe these people because their job is to downplay everything Trump does. Everything.
Wait till the rest of the story comes out and it'll be interesting to see.
So first we had South Korea, now we have Oman. I mean, the president said in an interview with Fox News that he will threaten to, and I quote, bomb the shit out of Oman, which of course is a key U.S. ally.
Yo, he know what he be doing. You see those? See now that one statement is about to go across the whole. You know what I'm saying? Whole media, like every channel. Every story, one quote. One quote. It don't matter what he does, don't matter. They about to talk about, he said, bomb the shit out of them. Like, yo, what are y'all going to do when he's not in power no more? He's giving y'all endless content, endless stories every day. Y'all should be loving Donald Trump because he's making y'all job juicy. He's very entertaining. And if he goes, nobody else is going to talk like that. So then what y'all going to talk about? News is going to be lame again. It's going to be boring again.
Partner. It's not the first time, David, that he's threatened to do this. Obviously, he did this back in May as well. But why is he doing so again now?
Really hard to tell because, of course, the president is a man of many grudges and
Man, I'm about to end the video right here. He doing it because he wants to. That's the simplest question. He doing it because he want to. There's something fishy going over there between them. He ain't gonna say it for no reason. These people don't know what they talking about. He not gonna just say it for any reason. He did it because he want to. Stop playing with. That's basically saying, yo, stop playing with me. Both of y'all over there. I bomb them. I bomb you, or whoever get in the way of me and my agenda. And it's simple. Keep it as simple as that. Don't feed into it like it's something more than what it is, because it ain't. But, you know, we back to the straight. End the video right there. Y'all know the deal. You know what I'm saying? The link is going to be down in the description. You know what I'm saying? Be patient, be respectful, be understanding. Spread love, not war. I'm out. Like, share, comment, hit the notification. I'll be back.